Spectrum is simply and profoundly a space where LGBT Christians and their families and friends can meet together in fellowship and in worship.
Spectrum is a church. It's a safe place. It's a place of worship and prayer.
I think what Spectrum offers is something very special. It's a lovely space. It's a very much a community space.
A group that believes that God deeply loves and celebrates LGBT plus people.
But in the context where others are fully recognising your strongest identities.
Spectrum is a unique, special gathering that's been bringing together Christian LGBT plus folk, their families and allies together in love, solidarity and fellowship over the past 3.5 years.
Why do I go to Spectrum? To both give and receive encouragement, friendship and fellowship.
I go to Spectrum because it has become my church.
I am a parent. My lovely son is gay. We both suffered hurt and rejection at the church we had attended for years.
The teaching, the fellowship and the music too.
A place where I'm accepted and loved and not judged.
Everybody has a story to tell, and we can each tell our stories.
I travelled from Fermanagh. It was a 2-hour journey to Spectrum. Of course, some of the Belfast people said, "You travelled all the way from Fermanagh." Of course, it's not so far when you're coming from Fermanagh.
What I really like about Spectrum is that it creates that inclusive space for people, not just because they're LGBTQ+, but also accommodates people no matter where they are on their faith journey.
It is a spiritual oasis. It's a place where my soul is nourished and fed and refreshed every month. It is one of the very few places in Northern Ireland where you can be openly gay and Christian. It is warm and friendly, and it is great to go to a place where you can worship and meet with like-minded Christians. And they do great buns and tray bakes.
Spectrum means that I can express my faith in the context of my life, my sexuality, my experiences.
It means home, family, a place to rest, recharge and have a nice cup of tea and a chat.
As an LGBT activist, I believe that no LGBT person should be denied access to a space or a job or a service, just because of their sexual orientation. And faith is no different.
It's wonderful to be able to worship and not sit on the edge of my seat waiting for condemnation, as it had been for many years.
You know that the people around you and the setting that you're in is fully affirming of you and of your identity.
Spectrum means that I can practice my gifts, whatever they are, in various ways and be celebrated in the practice of those gifts. Spectrum means I believe in church again.
If you feel that you're all alone and rejected by the church and your congregation, that doesn't mean that you're rejected by God. There's a place for you in His kingdom and a welcome for you in Spectrum. We'd love to meet you. We'd love to have you join with us.